In the early 20th century, Prudencio Bonito founded La Prudencia, a Spanish family business specialized in the production of Iberian and Serrano-cured pork products, which has succeeded in combining tradition and innovation thanks to the determination of successive generations. La Prudencia guarantees safe foods of the highest quality and produced through environmentally friendly processes, ensuring animal welfare and with strict procedures to ensure the traceability of the products from its modern farms through to its consumers on all 5 continents. The raising of the Iberian pig. The Iberian pig is a native breed of pig, the last of the grazing breeds in Europe, exclusive to the Iberian Peninsula and bred only in specific regions of Spain and Portugal. It is therefore a unique breed tied to the Dehesas pasture lands with oak tree species in southwest Spain and to the acorn. We are going to Zafra, Extremadura, where La Prudencia undertakes a strict process of selection of mother pigs in its facilities in order to obtain the very best Iberian pigs. The mothers are accommodated in well-designed facilities to lessen the strain of the birthing process as far as possible, and to ensure that the Iberian piglets receive the best lactation possible. When lactation ends, the piglets normally weigh from 10 to 12 kilos and are 25 days old, and it is then when they begin to come into contact with the outside world. On acquiring a weight of 40 to 50 kilos, they go on to be called marranos and are divided into 2 groups. Some are taken to a part of the estate with large fenced enclosures with roofed areas and will be fed with natural grains. Others will be set free on the Dehesa to become primal and begin to adapt to the environment, and their food will consist exclusively of the best acorns, which will give their meat a unique texture and flavour. The first group will be country-bred Iberian pigs, and the latter acorn-fed Iberian pigs. The Extremadura Dehesa is an extraordinary ecosystem made up by 1,000-year-old forests of holm and cork oaks with an ideal climate for the raising of acorn-fed Iberian pigs. This is where La Prudencia has estates of its own, as well as leased properties, and where it devotes its time to observing and controlling its pigs. And when speaking of the Extremadura Dehesa, we cannot fail to mention the Montonera or masting period, so important in the raising of the acorn-fed Iberian pig. This period extends from October to March, and it's the time of the year when the acorns are at their best, and when the grass and forage is most abundant in the Dehesa. Prior to the onset of the masting period, the pigs must have acquired a strong bone structure and large body to enable them to eat the maximum amount of acorns possible. When this occurs, the animal enters the primal stage and is ready for masting, where the La Prudencia pigs spend from 90 to 120 days and gain between 80 and 100 kilos, reaching a final weight of at least 173 kilos or 15 arrobas. This is when La Prudencia has achieved genuine acorn-fed Iberian pigs, after the animals have spent 18 months grazing in the Dehesas of Extremadura, enjoying their natural surroundings and this ecosystem. La Prudencia offers a full guarantee that its pigs are genuine acorn-fed Iberian pigs, since those animals which fail to reach the weight of 15 arrobas go on to be fed with natural grains, and their meat is sold as recibo, or grain-fed, and not acorn-fed Iberian pigs. La Prudencia also raises country or extensive farming Iberian pigs in Extremadura, which are enclosed in large fenced areas and fed on the basis of natural grains. These installations on La Prudencia's estate in Zafra are very important and necessary for the company because they represent the traditional system for raising pigs in Extremadura under extensive farming conditions. In these installations, the pigs eat, drink and move freely. The raising of white pigs. La Prudencia also works with white or Serrano pigs, which it selects carefully in areas of Castile for the preparation of its Serrano products. Here, the continental Mediterranean climate produces the best foods for this kind of pig. La Prudencia has contracts with cattle farmers in Castilla and León who supply pigs of the highest quality. The pigs must be raised on farms under a semi-extensive system, pass all of the animal health controls, have straw bedding instead of grids in their sheds, and be fed with natural grains and without supplements. Thanks to requirements such as these, La Prudencia obtains pigs whose principal characteristic is that they have an ideal proportion of meat and fat, a factor which sets La Prudencia's Serrano-cured products apart. The slaughter. La Prudencia attaches the highest importance to all of the stages of its integrated production process and the traceability of its products. For this purpose, it has complete facilities in Villacastín, Segovia, which include a slaughterhouse and cutting plant. Both the acorn-fed, grain-fed and country Iberian pigs, as well as the white pigs, are slaughtered in our own slaughterhouse and then go on to the cutting room where the lean parts are separated for making sausages and the hams and shoulders are prepared for being taken to the factory. These facilities are also used for packaging and labelling certain select cuts of the Iberian pig, such as the pluma, butcher's steak, presa, pork shoulder extension, secreto, special cut between shoulder blades and loin, and carrilera, pork jaw. Thanks to the fact that La Prudencia has its own slaughterhouse, it can maintain a much more exhaustive control of the quality of its products, which are taken directly from the cutting room to the factory, where La Prudencia products are processed. Processing. La Prudencia's factory, the natural cellars and the curing sheds are also located in Villacastín. There the company combines the most modern technology with its true essence artisanal processing. A mountain setting nestled in the Guadarrama range situates Villacastín at an altitude of 1,200 meters with peaks as high as 2,200 meters, guaranteeing the area cold winters and a warm and temperate summer climate, ideal for curing ham. Thanks to this privileged location, the products can be cured naturally, and thanks also to the extreme care with which the pieces are treated and the exquisite attention given to each. The first stage of preparation is the salting. The normal process is to devote 1 day of salting for each kilo of ham, but La Prudencia has preferred a lower amount of salt to enhance the flavour and healthiness of its products, therefore reducing salting to only 0.8 days per kilo of ham. Afterwards, the hams are taken to the washer and then to the artificial drying room to allow the hams to rest. They stay here for 45 to 60 days with a temperature from 4 degrees to 6 degrees and a relative humidity of 70% to 80%. This is the only artificial process in the curing of the hams. After this, the hams are taken to natural curing sheds with windows on both sides to enable natural ventilation, opening and closing the windows depending on the outside temperature. They are finally taken to the heat room, with temperatures ranging up to 25 degrees during 20 to 30 days for obtaining the intramuscular infiltration of the fat. Up to this point, the curing process of the Iberian and Serrano shoulders and hams is exactly the same. The final curing stage takes place in the natural cellars, where each category of ham will remain for a specific length of time, from 1.5 to 3 years for the Serrano and Iberian shoulders, from 2 to 3 years for the Serrano hams, from 3 to 4 for the Iberian hams from grain-fed and country pigs, and from 4 to 5 years for the Iberian hams from acorn-fed pigs, lasting as long as 6 years for the heaviest Iberian hams from acorn-fed pigs. The sausages. The first step is the grinding and kneading of the meat with paprika, salt and natural spices. The stuffing process comes next in order to finally take the sausages to the artificial drying rooms for 7 to 10 days and then to the natural drying sheds where each kind of sausage remains for a specific length of time until the curing process is complete. This is normally 1 month for the homemade red pork sausage and 6 months for the salami and the acorn-fed Iberian pork sausage. The pork loin sausages. The first step is the marinating of the loin with paprika, salt and natural spices for stuffing and up to 6 months of curing. Once the curing process of the sausages and the loin has finalized, the packaging and labeling process begins. The final result. Following this process of preparation, the next step is to enjoy the final result with the maximum quality and characteristic flavor of La Prudencia. A wide range of Iberian products, hams and shoulders from acorn-fed and grain-fed pigs, thin longanizo sausage, salami and cured red sausage, and Iberian pork loin sausages, and small-choiced loin sausages. In addition to excellent Serrano products such as Gran Matanza Reserva hams, shoulders, pork loin sausages, and thin longanizo sausages. Distribution. La Prudencia has traceability and control systems in place throughout the HACCP, or Critical Points Analysis, and the Framework List of Registered Establishments, which is the most important health and quality control system in Spain, and which applies to the entire European community. The preparation of each and every one of La Prudencia's products is adapted to this system. Thanks to all of the foregoing, over the last few years, La Prudencia has been expanding its markets throughout the world, and today exports its products to the entire European Union and to countries such as Norway, Turkey, Lebanon, Arab Emirates, Vietnam, Thailand, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Japan, Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and South Africa.